श्रीमान् वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि श्री Shodasaayudha Stotram, Swami Desikan's most wonderful, majestic composition besides the Sudarshanashtakam, and both stotras are on Lord Sudarshana. So we are blessed to enjoy these two stotrams in this month of Maargazhi. Thanks to Sri Madhavakannan Swami for his instruction as Bhagavata Agnya to enjoy these two wonderful stotrams. We have covered so far 12 slokas of Shodasaayudha Stotram. Today is the 13th sloka. Viharo yena devasya vishwakshetra rishivalaha vyajyate tena sirena Nasira Vijayostuvaha. So, Yena, the plow, using the instrument or equipment called the plow. Devasya, Sudarshana Rupi, Emperuman. Emperuman, whose Sankalpam is Sudarshana, the entire universe is a cultivable land. So, Emperuman is like a farmer of this universe, Rishivalam, Ulavan. And the Perumal, the Lord, cultivates the Jivatma, the land. The Jivatma is picturized as land and gets the fruit out of this. So the plow is used for cultivating this agricultural land, is yet another beautiful weapon, Ayudham of Sudarshana Alvan, which is being held by Sudarshana Alvan in his left hand. So, Vyajyate, it is visible that this leela of cultivating the land, seeding and making use of this land for the product produce, the yield. So, he is a peasant cultivating his leelas. Perumal is a peasant cultivating his leelas. So, may the divine plow, the Ayudham, bestow victory on all of you. So, Tena Sirena Va Nasira Vijayostu. May the divine plow bestow, give you, grant you the Jayam, the victory on the battlefront for all of you. Such a beautiful sloka. So, Emperuman has got lot of Ayudhams, in which this plow is one. And Srirangam is also another name for this. The entire world is the field, is like a cultivable land. And that which is seed, the seeds are sown into this land for getting the produce by Perumal. And these seeds, the Bijasthaniyar, are the Jivatmas. The farmer who plants the seed, who sows the seeds, or the farmer is the Emperuman, the Bhagavan, Sriman Narayana. So Devaha is coming out of Divu Krida Vijikisha is Devaha. So it is his Leela. Akila Bhuvana Janmas Tema Bangadi Leela. Vinata Vivita Bhuta Vrata Rakshaika Dikshe. Sri Ramanuja, in his Mangala Slokam of Sri Bhashyam, he mentions this, that the entire world, the universe is his Leela. So, the Bhumi is the cultivable land. So, this creation, protection, destruction, or the evolution, protection and dissolution, Pralayam, Srishti, Rakshakam, Pralayam, are all Perumal's Leela, the divine sport. பல பல மயக்குகளால் இன்புறும் இவ்விளையாட்டுடையானை பெற்று ஏதும் அல்லல் இலனே. நம்மாழ்வார் says in 3.10.7. And Emperuman considers this as his divine Leela along with Periyapirati Mahalakshmi. The Divya Dampati plays this Leela. Swami Desikan mentions also in Dayasatakam, Kalame Yavasa Pachaya Nitya. So, when the cultivable land is sown with seeds and Perumal is expecting the produce, the yield out of it, the Jivatmas coming out, growing and then giving the produce. Produce is nothing but what comes out of this field, and he harvests the good field, the good harvesting as well as the bad ones. So based on the Shaivinai, based on the karma, based on the Punya Papa karma, Inbamil Vennaragu or Iniya Nalvan Swargangal. The Swarganubhavam is based on the Punya people commit, based on the virtuous deeds people commit, the Jivatmas commit, and with the accrued over the past very many births. Similarly, the Papams, the wrong doers, Inbamil vel narag. There is no inbam. It is completely torture, punishment in the narakam, in the hell. And that is also being given as the produce. So what you sow, so you reap. So if the seed, because of their past Punya Papa karma, which is coming out, which is growing with the seed, it would yield the negative or positive. So துன்பமும் இன்பமுமாகிய செய்வினையாய் உலகங்களுமாய். So this world is full of people with Punya Papa karmas, and then they have their own quota of Punya Papa karma in their respective births as a vicious cycle, and then they finish off that janma and then take another birth based on the Punya Papa karma. So this vihara, the vilayat, the playful divine sport, the leelai is being described in this sloka so beautifully. So the kalapai, the plow is used, which is a weapon of Sudarshana, to cultivate the land, to make the Jivatmas grow. Whether the Jivatma includes both Manushya, Deva, Asura, Rakshasa, everyone. So this also, when there is a problem, when there is a issue with the field which is being destroyed by the weeds which grow in the neighborhood of the fields, kalai. So when the weeds come out, when the thorns come out, also grow along with the good yield, then what he does, Perumal, he removes the weed. Pairil kalayana. Vedanta Desikan mentions that Pairil kalayana, to remove the weeds, to remove the wrong plants which grow, which would impede and stagnate the good growth, good crops. So because of that, it needs to be removed. Pairil kilaitha kalayai நீக்குவது பயிர்களை காப்பதற்காக, in order to protect the sadhus, the good yield, we have to remove all the wrong ones, the bad ones which grow in the neighborhood of the good ones. So Asura, Rakshasa need to be removed. From the Paramapadam, he takes a sankalpam and he takes the birth. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He appears, takes avatarams, sends acharyas. Thereby he removes the wrong ones, the weeds, and lets the good ones grow, the jivatmas, the sadhus. But he could have just taken the sankalpam to get rid of the wrong ones, asura, rakshasas, all of them. But sadhu paritranam is not taking sankalpam. It is by having the merciful kataksham on them. good on the sadhus, on the bhagavatas, on the bhaktas, on his devotees. He needs to have his kataksham, his sparsham, his samslesham. So with that, they would be happy, they would be enjoying, and they would be benefited by that avataram. And hence, avataram is mainly useful and mainly beneficial for sadhus, for bhagavatas, not for rakshasas. To get rid of rakshasas, he can simply take sankalpam with the mere will of his. He can get rid of the rakshasas and asuras. Whereas in the Leela Vibhuti, it has to be sadhu paritranam. Thereby, he can protect the sadhus as well as get rid of the rakshasas and enjoy being on the earth in this Leela Vibhuti, so that everyone gets benefited by having a darshan of him. So Vishwakshetra Krishivalaha. Vishwam, this Bhuvalag, this world, this universe. Rishi is sowing the seeds, Pairidal. Rishi Valaha is farmer. And Sirena is Kalapai, the plow. So Emperuman's Tirupalli, Sri Balaraman used to have the plow as his weapon. And he used to take very many forms to get rid of the asuras, the Puranas mention. And hence Sirena is also the plural. And in Balarama Avataram, he used to have a spouse by name Varuni. Varuni is his spouse name. Whereas Varuni is also the what do I say? Liquor. Liquor's name is Varuni. The local liquor, Kal, also is called Varuni. So it is written by poets that Balaraman was always drunk. He used to be a drunkard. And always he used to be red-eyed with having drunk. But that's not the truth. Because he was never ever separated from his spouse Varuni. And hence he was never away from Varuni. And they say Varuni is the local arak, local liquor. And hence he was always with the liquor. That's the wrong interpretation. And even in Yatirabja Saptati, 7th verse, Asprishta Madaragam Tam Ramam Turyam Upasmahe. Asprishta Madiragandham. Ragandham. And even there in that sloka, Swami Sri Srivatsankachar has explained that it is the spouse of Balarama and not that he was drunk, as it is projected by the poets. Nasira Vijayaha, Paramasattvika, the Bhagavatas. Where are they? May it protect you, may it give you victory in the battlefront for all of you. May the divine plow, say Swami Desikan. But we are Sattvikas, the Bhagavatas, whom we are going to fight, and what's the victory that we are going to have in the battlefront? The answer is, the Vyakyatas, the commentators mention that it is in the Sadas, Vidvat Sadas, where you are arguing your points based on the unparalleled Vishishtadvaita Sri Vaishnava Sri Sampradayam. Based on that, we need to put forth the argument against the Avaidika, non-Vedika matams. Hence, in that place, in that battle, in the Vidvat Sadas, may this divine plow bestow victory, says Acharya. So, Acharya Kavitarkika Simmam, he was also blessed by Sri Nadhadhur Ammal. Pratikshipta Bahirmataha, you will be blessed and you will conquer the other matams. And that is why Swami, with that blessing, wrote Satadushani, Paramata Bhangam, all that, and simply conquered the other matasters attahasam. There they went on a rampage with spreading their distorted religion, which was tamed and controlled and conquered by Swami Desikan because of the blessings by Sri Nadadu Rammal. And here he blesses us, saying that may you remain victorious. May this divine plow bestow victory on the battlefront for all of you. And this particular Murti, Uttare Halabur Vishnuhu Panchakinchal Pasannipaha. In the facing the north, this Murti would be having the color of the pollen particles of the lotus flower. Such a beautiful color, and he has got plow, the divine plow in his hand, and it is mentioned in Dwadasanama Panjara Stotra. Vishnum Chaturhalam Vande Panchakinjalka Sannibham. So Keshavadi Pannirunamam also, this dhyanam, this contemplation is talked about. In the four hands, he has got only plow. Gopalakaha, Pashunayakaha, Balabhadraha, Rishivalanam, Neta, Devatacha. So Balaramar has got the plow as his ayudam. When we have the Urdhva Pundram on our belly, on our stomach, on the right side with Urdhva Pundram, we need to contemplate this particular Murti. Uduvar Ulagattar Kani Agdatradi Eluvara Yellam Adithe. Poyyamazhi Pulavar also talk about this particular Rishi Valam, the farmer. Adiyen Kavitarkika Simmaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Dhanyosmi.